That question stayed with me, not for a day, not for a week, for years, because once you realize something simple works, you start noticing how complicated everything else has become. So I began removing things, not all at once. Slowly, the same way my body had healed, I removed unnecessary noise, arguments that led nowhere, people who only brought stress, habits that drained me, and something unexpected happened. My mind became lighter, quieter. For the first time in years, I could think clearly, not faster, better. I stopped trying to control everything, stopped reacting to everything, stopped carrying things that were never mine to carry. And I realized something that no doctor had ever told me. Health is not just what you eat. It's how you live. It's what you allow into your mind, what you hold onto in your heart. Because stress ages you faster than time. And peace heals you in ways medicine cannot. At 103, I don't rush. I wake up early. I sit in the sun. I walk slowly. I eat the same food. And I protect something more important than anything else: my peace. People still ask me, "What's your secret?" They expect something complex, something difficult, something they can't easily follow, but I tell them the truth, not what sounds impressive, what actually works. I eat the same 4 foods. I walk a little. I mind my own business. And I forgive quickly. That last part always surprises them because forgiveness doesn't feel like health, but it is. Holding anger keeps your body tense, your mind restless, your heart heavy, and over time that weight shows, not just in your thoughts, in your body. So I let things go, not because people deserved it, because I did. And that may be the most important thing I've learned. I understand now why people don't believe my answer, because it sounds too simple, too ordinary, too easy. But the truth is, simple things are the hardest to accept because they require consistency, not excitement, discipline, not trends, and patience. Something most people have forgotten. I am 103 years old, and I have lived long enough to understand this. You don't need a perfect plan to live a long life. You need a peaceful one. So if you're looking for a secret, here it is. Not in a bottle, not in a diet, in the way you live. Because in the end, peace is healthier than anything you will ever eat. I'm 103 years old, and every day people ask me the same question. How are you still so healthy? They lean closer when they ask it, as if I'm about to whisper some secret no one else knows, a special medicine, a hidden diet, a miracle routine. But the truth usually disappoints them. Because for almost 40 years, I've eaten the same 4 foods. Every single day: eggs, boiled vegetables, oatmeal, yogurt, that's it. No variety, no trends, no superfoods. Just the same simple plate again and again for decades. My grandchildren laugh about it. The same breakfast for 30 years, they say. I just smile, because while they're laughing, I'm still walking, still reading, still remembering things from 80 years ago. So maybe boring isn't the problem. Maybe we've misunderstood what actually works. But I wasn't always like this. In my 60s, I was tired all the time, not the kind of tired you fix with sleep. The kind that sits inside your bones. My joints hurt. My stomach never felt right. I went from doctor to doctor, pills in the morning, pills at night. Every month a new diet. Try this, stop that, add more, and nothing changed. Until one day, an old doctor said something that no one else had said before, something simple. So simple, I almost ignored it. He looked at me and said, "Your body isn't confused. You are confusing your body." I remember staring at him. Because I didn't understand, so he explained. "I see people like you all the time," he said. "Different foods every day, different oils, different sugars. Your body never learns anything. It's always adjusting, always working, always stressed." He paused, then said something that changed everything. Find a few foods your body understands, and stop changing everything all the time. That was it. No complicated plan, no expensive solution, just clarity. And that's when I made a decision, a small one, but a permanent one. I simplified everything, not a little, completely. And what happened next is something even I didn't expect. At first, it felt strange, too simple, almost wrong, because we're taught something our whole lives. If it's not complicated, it can't be effective. So when I reduced everything to just 4 foods, a part of me kept waiting for it to fail, for my body to get weaker, for something to go wrong. But the opposite happened. Slowly, very slowly, my body started to change. Not dramatically, not overnight, but quietly. My stomach felt lighter. The pain in my joints began to fade. My energy didn't spike anymore, but it didn't crash either. It became steady, and that's when I noticed something important. My body was no longer struggling. It understood, it knew what to expect, it knew what to do. For the first time in years, it wasn't reacting, it was functioning. And that changed the way I saw everything. Because I realized the problem was never my body, it was the noise around it. Too many changes, too many options, too many opinions. We think we're helping ourselves by constantly trying new things, but sometimes we're just creating confusion, and confusion is exhausting, not just for the mind, for the body. That's when I stopped chasing health and started creating stability. Same foods, same rhythm, same routine, every day, not because I had to, because it worked. People still questioned me, doctors didn't fully agree. Nutritionists debated it. Where's the variety? What about balance? I listened. Then I went home and ate the same meal again because something had become very clear to me. Health is not always about adding more. Sometimes it's about removing what doesn't belong, removing confusion, removing excess, removing the constant need to change everything. And once I understood that, something else changed too, not just my body, my life. Because I started asking myself a different question. If simplicity works for food, what else in my life is unnecessarily complicated? That question changed everything.